It's Scrappy Peep Suzanna here today for P5PP. So I picked the 5 items from the April kit, and then in 2 weeks Sara will pick the next 5 items. So we have that piece of cards, pattern paper, a 6x4 card, the overlay that's there, that stamp that has the tags, and then the blue label. So I intentionally chose these things because while this kit is called New Episode and it's about TV related things, or yeah, TV related things, it could be movies too, I wanted to be able to use it for non-movie related things. I wanted to show you how, if you may not be a big TV fan, you can still use it for other non-TV related things. So I am scrapbooking a picture of my husband at Lewis Ginter, so our botanical gardens. It is a 4x3 photo that is a little bit larger, so same proportions but printed as 4 wide. And I have all the colors in that acetate or transparency, and so I wanted to be able to incorporate more than just the blue and the green, or the teal or the aqua or whatever you call that particular color, because everybody has a different name for it. I wanted to use a little bit more all of the colors that are in that transparency there. So I have this green card that I'm going to bookend the cluster of things moving across the bottom of the page with, and then I will actually add some more cards in. So I used that spring card, so it says 2021 spring, welcome to a new season, and that is, my intent all along had been to incorporate that into the title of the layout, and you can see I've pulled out those dies that say hip hip hooray, and then for, and it says you is if you finish off the phrase and it's more for birthday, but I thought it would be cool to say hip hip hooray for spring, because with COVID and staying home and staying home and staying home some more, the winter seemed particularly long because it felt like we had just been staying home forever. So it was really nice to get out and go to the garden, and celebrate the flowers and spring and all of the fresh air. So this is where I incorporate the tags. I had pre-stamped them already, just to save you, I have to to save you time, because there is a lot of this video that I have deleted. Uh, and it's not because I wanted you to miss out on anything. Trust me, you did not miss out on anything. This is the first layout that I created after 10 days away over spring break. Not only was it 10 days away, but leading up to spring break, I really didn't do a whole lot of creating because a lot of it was blog writing, video editing, video processing. And so while that's part of my creative process, it wasn't actually creating. So it felt like it had almost been, I want to say, 2 weeks since I had created. And so this is probably like that, the most indecisive, silly video ever, because, I thought I was going to use the trimmer in the air. Really, Susanna? And you thought you were going to get a straight line? I do a lot of fighting with my trimmer in this particular layout too, because I think I need to put a new blade in it, and I'm just being lazy. And actually, I don't have a new blade to put in it, so I have to go and get a new blade. So a lot of this video, yes, you will see where I've joined things together, because it's just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. So with this kit, so this is a PaperPerson kit. This is the April kit. I almost always get the cardstock, and so one of these blues is the other part of the title that I'm going to use for the cardstock, so that I've kind of got all of the colors in the title there. Not kind of, I do. And I struggled with this because I felt like it was hard to read on that very busy transparency, but I really liked the celebration feel, of not only the transparency, but also the hip hip hooray. And so I like it. And you can see it much better when you don't have the glare off of that transparency there. So I'm working very hard against my trimmer here to straighten this up. Again, this is where I thought I was going to air cut. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. But I like the way that that incorporates all of the colors and it grounds the bottom, the top of the page there, and pulls everything together really nicely. So at this point, I'm thinking I have a really heavy weight on that left-hand side, and I want to put a little bit more on the right-hand side to just lessen, like it feels like it's going to tip leftwards. So I have that journal card there. It is one of the cut aparts, and so I will actually journal there. That is my intent. And so I know I always journal in my black pens from Muji. And so I know I'm going to get some weight from the black there, but I know it needs something a little denser, something a little heavier in color to even that out. So what I end up doing off camera is I actually, that same paper that had that variegated aqua with the dots that I die cut, I'm going to use some of those dots as a little banner on the right hand side to just ground that, so you have a beginning and an end to that strip that moves across the page, and you'll see that better in the close-ups there. So again, I'm sorry for all of the shuffling of things and the, you know, it's hard to get back into a creative flow when you haven't done it. It's like I feel like I should probably have maybe done a warm up before I got into it, but the deadline was looming. And in fact, I have to apologize for this going up late. Sarah put hers up possibly Friday. And mine is only going up today because I thought we were doing it on the second and fourth Friday. And I realized that hers was up. And so I'm doing my voiceover now so that I can put it up today, so that we will do the third Friday for our next pick. And so those Sarah picked those 5 items. And so we're a little off schedule this month, but you know, it's just kind of one of those months. So in the search for something, I don't know what, I found this jute. It's kind of a bluey gray jute, and it's a similar color to the blue, the lighter blue that's in there. And I just, again, it has that celebration feel to it, and I like the texture and I like movement on my page, and so I felt that that contributed well to that. So all of the inks that I have used on this layout are PaperPerson inks, to not this past release, but the release before. So that would have been March. Kelly released some really amazing inks. So if you haven't seen us using them, Sarah and I highly recommend them. I got 2 more with this order. I got the blueberry, and I can't remember what the other blue that I got was, but there's a lot of blue in this collection, and so I got the 2 that went matched with that, and I really like that navy. It goes really well with obviously the collection, as well as other things that I have been using. So I want a 4th ticket because I want to put 2021 up there, so for spring of 2021. And then I'm also using the stamps from the stamp set. Even though it's about movies, it's a favorite season, and so I stamped a favorite, but it didn't stamp very well, so I'm going to put that on cardstock, white cardstock, and just cut it out and stick it on top of there. And you really don't know that it's there. That's the other favorite that I stamped out. So that is pretty much the bulk of the layout, but I'm still struggling with the dominant weight on that left-hand side and feeling like I need a counterbalance over on the right-hand side. And so I will take care of that coming up shortly. But in the meantime, I've fussy cut all of these tickets, and I'm going to use them as banners for, like I said, the year 2021. And I'm going to get some really old stickers out and stick those in there, and they're glitter stickers, or glitter thickers. They do not stick, but that's what is going to go up there. So what I just did was stamp the hearts. Again, hearts can mean love for anything, or like, or just be an element of decoration. And so I used the stamp from the stamp set that came with the kit on that blue, on that yellow with the blue over there. And then I will also stamp it on the right hand side just for some symmetry to tie that all together. And it also provides some weight. So these are old PaperPerson letter stickers. They're just the white ones. I can't remember what month they came in, but so I'm just putting Louis Ginter because that's where we are. But really the title just reads Hip Hip Hooray for Spring. And then there is the title. And yay me, I actually got them down for the centered for the first time in probably never. Um, these lovely epoxy dots from Buenos Dias. Epoxy stickers came with the kit as well, and so I'm using those just for a little bit more depth and some punctuation. Scatter some other color in and amongst the layout there. These are the really old thickers that I'm talking about, and you'll see I end up having to use liquid adhesive to get them bent down because they're not even pretending to stick at this point on the page there. So the liquid adhesive that I use, if you don't already know, is ThermoWeb Ultra Bond. I love it. It is permanent. It does not go anywhere, and it does dry clear. I often with liquid adhesive I'm too generous, and so it sort of splurts out the sides, but it does dry clear, and it doesn't dry glossy clear. It looks like it as it's drying, but you don't see it. You don't see, you would have had no idea that I'm a Missy liquid adhesive applier if I hadn't told you. It would not give me away, is how I like to put it. So that is a heart that I cut out from one of the trees in one of the cut aparts. I wanted a little bit more yellow and I wanted a little bit more pink on the page. So I cut out that yellow heart using the center of one of the trees, and now I'm rifling through my drawer of labels from Ellie's studio. Again, I'm looking for the pink that is in that transparency there. And so I have, I'm not sure what that says there, but I end up going with one that says "so very happy," and it's going to go right where that is there. And while it looks funny on camera there, it has the balance of the journaling that I knew I was going to get, and so that's why I went with that, and I'm going to pop that up on phone. So this is my version of the PaperPerson Pick 5. I picked these 5. Please head over to Sara's blog and see what it is that she created with these same 5 items plus more. And then come back in 2 weeks and we will share another Pick 5 with you with the same kit before we move on to the next kit. So enjoy the close-ups. Thanks for stopping in today. I hope you're doing well and come back again soon. Take care.